Welcome back to Cosmic Saints. Here we meet about issues of life and then we make constructive adjustments moving forward based on the conclusions. Today, we're going to have a panel discussion. Actually, somebody wrote a letter to me and he was asking for expert opinion on a problem that bothers men. So today I have with me three very distinguished men who are going to help us in the discussion. We have Auntie Rachel, Auntie Damaris, and then Auntie Harriet. Auntie Harriet is the CEO of PEUX Cosmetics. She's a retail consultant, and she currently holds a leading role in the women's ministry or movement of her church. She also is very active in singles ministry. She's very passionate about them, and then also she's part of the teens ministry. She's sort of like a pastor, teens pastor in her church as well. We also have Damaris. This woman is a chartered banker with one of the biggest banks in Ghana. She also is a teens pastor of a sort in a church, and she's also passionate about singles and everything that pertains to singles. And she's quite vested in relationship issues. We also have Auntie Rachel. Auntie Rachel, she's a boss of RACHANS Logistics. Yes, they offer origin and destination services, air freight, custom brokerage, sea freights, and all that. So if you have any import and export business, you can contact. I'll leave their business contact details below so you can contact them. She also is an active member in the women's ministry in the church, and she also is very, very vociferous when it comes to singles and relationship issues. All of these women are married with 10 years marriage experience. They have beautiful families, married to men, actually. And they have beautiful marriage experiences. And today they are going to help us solve this issue of our brothers. Like I said last week, he wrote to us, I don't know for what reason, but he did. And I said, no, and this yeah. I said I discuss it. Fine, you know. Or draw a letter. It's a better letter, no. We are now we zoom into a discussion. Or say, dear Coast Music, all of us here. I'm a 21-year-old man who has been in a relationship with this woman, also 26 years, for almost 4 years. We intend to get married this year, because of which I went to the Lord in prayer concerning our marriage. In the course of the prayer, I had a dream that I had urgently gone to her house and I was dragging my things out of her house. After that dream, I had this unsettling urge to go to her house unannounced. When I got there was another guy in her house who had literally come to sleep over for the weekend. I left immediately without confronting her. Later, she explained to me that he was her ex who had helped her a lot in the past and wasn't ready to accept his investment going to North. And so even though they were no longer an item, he had come to get proper closure with her. To make matters worse, they had sex that very morning I went over. She pleaded on end and asked for forgiveness and then assured me that they had had closure now and she was now ready to go the long haul with me without looking over her shoulder. Now I have these 3 pressing issues that I need help with. We are on the verge of a formal introduction to our families. My family, especially my mother, love her so much. There's 3 questions. We're going to discuss them. One is, I can't get past the idea that she could sleep with him whilst we're engaged, albeit. 2, if I had not gone there on the leading of the Spirit of God and seen things for myself, would she have told me about them and their supposed closure? The last one. I really do love her. She's very good, caring, and hardworking woman I know can help me a lot in this life. Should I believe her that she's gotten closure with her ex and gone ahead with the marriage, or should I let her go and move on with my life? Please help me. So basically, he's in a relationship with a certain lady and they intend to marry, and he decided to go to the Lord in prayer concerning the marriage, the relationship, whatever it can. Well, in the course of Bible, each and say, Uncle, like us also, then, or you get letting feel, and we are not so confused. one can't share no corn. Your corn if you know be sure. I just saw on my gym. Other an ex. Nah, they came to have closure and all that, and she was sorry. Didn't mean it that happened. Yes, he loved him another. But guy and also saw a girl. And to see on your thing. Often the bonnet and I say, forgetting on to us. It's when you are small, they're better to the let's discuss. Over to you. Who would go first? Auntie Harriet. What is your take on this whole brouhaha?
Okay. I think for the first two, he has answered it already himself. Okay. Because the first thing he said is that he can't get over the fact that the lady slept with another man.
Yes.
So something that you can't get over it, then there is even no basis to go into it because you can't get over it. Which means it's something that is going to haunt you all the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. I think for that one, he already have the answer. If something makes you uncomfortable, if you can't get over something, something stares you at the face and then, it's a problem, then you don't even begin with that thing in the first place because it's something that you can't get over it. Mm-hmm. Secondly, you also have issue with the second question that he asked. He said that the fact that if he had not gone there, yes, would the lady have told him about the whole issue? Mm-hmm. It means that you are not even sure whether you can trust the lady. So that is also another problem. One, you can't get over what she's done to you. Two, you are not even sure whether now you can trust the lady because given that you had not gone there, then you don't even know whether you would have known this thing or not. So that's going to be a problem for you, which means that anytime that the lady or you are not around, you are not sure what is going on. So for me, I think that the first two questions are things that he has clearly answered himself. That it's a no, it's something that we can't even tell him not to do it, but he has specifically said it, that one, he can't get over it. If you can't get over it, don't go near it. If you can't trust the person, then don't go near. So it's not even, apart from, I'm not even going into the whole moral issue or whether, I'm just taking it from the surface that even physically, supposing he's not even a Christian, supposing he's just an ordinary person that this has happened to, without even the Spirit of God leading him, he's a Muslim or an unbeliever. But just this first two statements that he has made shows that he knows clearly that this is a no-go area for him. For me, what maybe is holding him back, maybe the third question, the fact that he is yet to introduce the lady to the parents. And I think that
okay. Yes.
I mean, to do a formal knocking or a formal engagement. Yes. So for that one, I will come to it later. But my first submission, yes, I want to listen to the other panelists. But for me, the first two is enough reasons for him to back up before I can bring in the Christian's perspective as well.
All right. Auntie Rachel, what is your take on Papa Nasemiso? I'm sure so fine. What's your take on Nasemi? Okay, thank you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So I agree with Harriet on everything she has said. As Christians that he professes to be, the Spirit of God always prompts us on certain things that we do, story or letter, and do the right as we can. That's Abuan Kawa, unfairness infantry. And so I believe that it will not even be proper for him to continue the relationship. I mean, no matter where they have gotten to, once they have not said I do to each other in front of a priest or whoever, they've not gone to court to do any, I think he should go ahead. These are some of the red flags. In my own opinion, I would tell him not to continue with the relation. In fact, I will ask him to run from this kind of relationship because the end will not be good.
Mm-hmm.
It is not good. I mean, a lady who can end a relationship by just sleeping with an ex is not worthy of what can she do if she can give off her body so easily. What else? What is left? And so with my first submission, I will say that he should not continue with the relationship for now, and he should listen to his instincts and just back off. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. And definitely, power. Auntie Rachel saw Yanni Franco. Okay. Auntie Damaris. Also, anything.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
It's nice to meet once again. Harriet and Rachel have said it all. The basis of marriage, or one of the most important pillars in marriage, is trust. Trust. Trust is such that, well, let me say that marriage is such that there are several varying circumstances that come up. Your husband or your spouse may be in town and be late in coming home, and his phone may die, the battery may die, and you will call and you will not get him, and he may not also try to reach you through other means. And for that period that you can't reach yourselves, it is the trust in the marriage that calms you down. The fact that you know that this person is mine, this person is true to his word or true to her word, this person values what I have with her, and so will not go back on her commitment with me. There are instances where you may meet your spouse in seemingly compromising situations. I'm saying seemingly. And it is the trust that you have in the marriage that calms you down and lets you know that, oh no, there is an explanation to this. And you wait to hear that explanation, and you accept that explanation as it is. When trust is not in a marriage, it's like a house without a good foundation. And so the little thing will topple the house over. By the actions of your partner has shown, and you yourself have also admitted, just like Harriet was saying, that you can't get over it. And honestly, there's no way she would have told you if you had not gone to meet them in the act. And so your partner has not displayed commitment to what you guys share. Your partner has not displayed that she values what you have and is bent on protecting it. Other examples or other scenarios that come up in marriage is that there may be times that one person may not be around. It could be for work, it could be for health, it could be for even spiritual purposes, and the other person is not around. What virtue has this partner shown that will give you the peace of mind that this person will wait for me? You will never have that soundness of mind. You will never have it. You may pretend, but you will never have it. You will always look beyond your shoulder. You would always second guess. You would always, there will be always thoughts in your mind that no, this thing may not go as I want it to go. And the other party will also be struggling to struggling to make you, if indeed even she will change.
Mm-hmm.
She will also be struggling to try to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
And recently I heard about this young lady in her 30s who got married to a man in his 50s. And the man was in the US and came for the lady. I mean, from the onset, everybody knew that this was a no-no. But they thought it will work. Everybody knew that this man will become possessive, domineering, jealous, and everything. And all the red flags were there, but they decided to marry. What happened? The situation got so bad, even though the red flags were there and they both saw it and they both could have done something. Because it's human nature, the man became so possessive, so jealous that he literally locks up the girl in the house when he's going out. And woe betides the girl if he sees her with a younger man. Abuse, physical abuse was rampant. So these are red flags that you have seen. And the best to do is to save yourself from unnecessary hardships in the future. So I would end it here and then come back later.
Okay, but great. We now this to end it. But what happens to the part of the Bible that says love covers a multitude of sins? Apparently, the guy is in love with the girl, and I think Phil said, because so the guy is in love with the girl. Can't forgiveness cover this? The lady is saying that they've now had closure. Also, apparently, it's like the guy, the lady's ex, was taking care of her in school, everything. I don't know what happened, we'll break it up. But they are broken up, and she's afraid that this guy will keep coming over. Once she marries the other one. And if this is what he wants, then the guy will not. So I explain it to the guy into not or the channel because everything's over between the ex. Because apparently, once you find channel, and it's too difficult to do. Forgiving somebody who has done that. And hear it.
This week I was listening to a man of God, and he said certain things, and interestingly, it was about marriage. And then one of the things that he said that for me, it was very profound, was that a lot of people think that marriage is based on love. The first thing they look out for is love. And, are falling in love and all those things. And he mentioned that research has shown that a lot of people that marry out of love, a lot of them end up breaking, getting divorced on the way or having issues. So I'm not saying that the love aspect is there, but the most important thing to consider before you choose your partner or you marry someone is respect. Okay, respect. Respecting the person as a human being, respecting the values of the person, respecting the person not to hurt the person, respecting the person to care for the person. So if you respect the person, I believe that you can live with the person even before the love issues comes in. Now, when we go back to our sister, will we say that she has respected the man that she wants to marry? If you do this to somebody that you want to marry, have you shown respect? And then the question I want to ask the guy is, does he feel respected by the actions of the lady? So if the person do not respect you, how would the love be able to stand? If the person does not respect the relationship that you are in, the values that you both have hold on to, because I believe that it was a sexless relationship. So both of them had some values that they were protecting. They have made commitments. They have said things to themselves. Have she respected those things, those promises that they've made to each other? Have she respected the word of God? So these are the things that you are looking at, because if the person cannot respect you or the relationship, then the person can treat you in any way. The person can get up and do anything to you at any time. And that love, no amount of love can stand it, because you are going to hurt and you are going to hate each other. And we all know, we've seen people who have killed people because they said that I love her so much and she was hurting me, and then you end up killing the person. So that is not the foundation of the marriage. Then the other thing is that, what is he looking for in life? Then the person can treat you in any way. The person can get up and do anything to you at any time. And that love, no amount of love can stand it, because you are going to hurt and you are going to hate each other. And we all know, we've seen people who have killed people because they said that I love her so much and she was hurting me, and then you end up killing the person. So that is not the foundation of the marriage. Then the other thing is that, what is he looking for in life? What is he looking for in life? You have prayed. You have asked God for a sign. In fact, I had one of my daughters who was also going out with somebody. And the guy had not really done anything to her, but she had this, and the guy was pushing her that they should get married. But she had this edge in her spirit to pray. And she prayed and fasted for about 3 days. And the things that she saw, this girl was very active in the church. But anytime that she prays, she will see that anytime she sees the guy sees her working in the church, he becomes very upset. And for the 3 days that she fasted and prayed, it kept happening. And for her, it was enough for her to get out of the relationship, because she was asking God to confirm that action that she wanted to take. So this is something that you want to take. This is something that you want to do. You went to God in prayer. I don't know how God speaks to you. I don't know how God relates to you. But God did it in such a way that there was no, doubt. There was no, you had no doubt in your spirit. Everything unfolded like a movie. So at this point, I'm not saying that don't be friends with the lady again, but this is a lifelong situation. This is somebody you want to decide to spend the rest of your life with, and there are important things that you should ask. In fact, in the olden days, I think it happens even now. There were times that a man and a woman will be introduced and they get married without knowing, and the marriage lasts forever. The marriage lasts forever. The love aspect comes in gradually as they meet. other things comes in. But I believe that the foundation, that respect, if they respect each other, if you respect each other, you respect the commitment you've made, if you respect, the institution, the marriage you are going into, and even the promises you make to each other, every other thing will fall in its place. Every other thing. But where you cannot respect him, because even for trust, Bible says that we cannot trust a man, right? So there are things that the person can do that you will feel disappointed in a way. But even with trust itself, we still have to trust as kind of sow that seed of trust, believing that the person will live up to it. So when you are marrying somebody, you are marrying the person believing that even you are trusting, say, the person will make choices that will benefit both of you, that will not dispute you, you will not be disappointed. But this the time, say, even before you do anything, the person have already broken that. So on what grounds are you going to stand on? Well, if you are strong and you think that maybe you are convicted above every other thing, and you still want to marry this person, and you think that you are more forgiving than even God himself, so you can forgive the person and then go in and live with the person, it's your choice and it's your decision. But for us, we are saying that there are enough reasons, there are enough red flags, there are enough things that are showing, that shows that this person has not valued what you have built together. And since the person have not valued it, it will be very difficult to build on that, because it will happen again. It will happen. Maybe she will not go and sleep with anybody, but the other things will come up. And it will always come down to this very moment. So for me, I think that you should just relax and thank God. Still, they can be friends, but you should be careful that you don't also go for closure and move on. Because if he continues, it will worry him. I don't think that the lady respects him enough. I don't think that the lady loves him enough. I don't think that the lady values the relationship enough, because no matter what other people have done for you, she had a choice. She could have come to you to discuss everything that this other guy was, she could have opened up to you. She could have told you that this is what's happened and this is what's happened, this is what this guy, you would have, found a solution to this together. And that is what marriage is about, working together. But now you be now the opposite way and center now prepare one to say see now now it will be difficult. So I think that forgiveness, yes, he can forgive her, he should forgive her, but forgive and move on with your life.
Auntie, here it's unforgiving, but man and baby, now they can be friends. And they should be friends without closure, just friends, and move on. Also, for saying, often now, often back, now say, often now move on with his life.
Well, I will say that yes, as a Christian, it is to forgive, but it's very difficult to forget. It's he can forgive, all right, but he should not be friends with her. Yes, he shouldn't be her friend. Yes.
Not even friends.
No. You don't need to encourage that. One will say, a dear lady, wanya on fan channel, say, or your Christianity, on fan channel. Now, just say, a man in cross the path, because Obia or to me at this sex, a closure, dear. You can't imagine you obey to me. Yes. And I was suggest to him, They shouldn't be friends. Nothing. Talk a lot. The marriage that we find ourselves in is mainly based on trust. Trust solely. So as we speak, my husband is not here, and he has not been here for a week. Yes. And I'm here, he's there. And because of what we have had so far throughout our dating, before we got married, so when we are on the phone, I'm not bothered because I believe nothing will go on. But if we have had some previous experience like this gentleman had, that I would have to travel with him and leave my job behind because I'm not too sure what will happen. And some of these things, a serious issue. Yes, sometimes you have things that will bring you more benefit, and because you are not too sure of your husband, travel with him, and it brings across too many issues. You see that the least thing one gets angry. So this one should not call for questioning and interrogation. Yeah, then you have it. And it doesn't make the relationship very healthy. I would tell him, say, so penny life, dear. Then he should please stay put on for anything, college. So there's no point going to God for any further serious issue. Another woman. Yes. Another marriage, my boy. And it's in conclusion, there will be no trust in the relationship. The relationship will not stand. The man of 50 years, it will not stand.
Wow.
And one year cross, some of us have Fabano. Now, a best friend of Bush of 4 years, and so we've had several relationships going bad and all because of trust issues.
Yes.
Recently, they are happening in the Volta region. The gentleman said, lady is only suspecting that the lady is going out. Or the secretary to or just like that. Whether it's true or not, they say in the family are affected, and the guy is currently in prison. Look at all this nonsense. And they should spare us all this news, and then
we might as well end here.
I mean, that's some serious Sonia. This listen. What do you have to say? The forgiveness part.
Forgiveness, we forgive, but Bible says that the wise man sees danger and hides himself, but the foolish plunge in.
Yes.
So you are fortunate. Some people have to pray for like 6 months before they even see anything. But you are fortunate. God has been very good to you and shown you all these things because God has faith in you that you are a wise person and you will see danger and then you will not plunge into it. There's this other thing I want to say about why God hates divorce and why God hates fornication. You see, God planned that the person we sleep with, actually, we would marry. That is the plan of God, because once you sleep with somebody, you have become one in the spirit. That's what people explain as soul ties. Now, you have not slept with this lady, but this lady has done soul tie with somebody. What this soul tie does is that it binds these two people together. That is why they say that old flames light up easily. And in the local parlance, they say, lai momo, because once you have slept with somebody, it is me, I don't even see that as closure. Nothing like closure. That is rather an opening.
It's opening up.
Yes.
It's opening up.
It's commitment and kata.
That is
I don't know what kind of day. It's what you want to say. It's so
Thank you. And you know, there's a mystery about this thing. When you have not tasted any person and you marry your husband, there may be times the sex drive may be low, either yourself or your husband. There may be times you have sex and you ask yourself, isn't this a waste
What
of
have I
time?
done here?
But
A waste of my time.
It's just you. Kids, I think this is Kate's favorite topic.
And energy.
Excuse me.
Because
Continue.
you don't have anyone to compare him to. You take it like that, and
so
then the next day, you try something else.
Move on.
But immediately,
yes.
This lady has slept with this other man, and this other man has taken him to heaven and back. The day you
close at the end also ain't easy. Close at the end. Close at the end no ain't easy. Because it's closure. Obama is 10 years crowd. Obama is 10 years. Pressure no they two boy back because
Miss Pressure.
Pressure, just a pressure keke. Closure.
Oh, you boy.
It's funny, but it's not funny.
It's a serious issue. It's real.
Very serious. You see, and these are some of the things that come up in marriages, and marriages are breaking up, and they go to the counselor and the pastor, and they can't even say what the real problem is.
Oh my goodness!
Because you always have somebody you are being compared to. You're always competing with somebody that you don't know that you are competing with somebody. You see, and it will be like this for the person to go back for another top up. So
yes, true.
God designed that before you marry, don't sleep with a person, so that whatever you find, you work on it in your marriage. You have your highs and your lows together, and you work on it. You will not have any competition in the marriage. Now, imagine that you go into this marriage and things are not moving on sexually well. I mean, there are times that naturally it comes. What will happen to this lady who has tasted this thing? So the red flags are glaring. We will not be able to enumerate all the things that will come up, but they are so glaring that you can't just think that love will cover up this particular one. No. And that is why for all other sins, Bible does not grant divorce. But for sexual sin or adultery, Bible says that if you can't forgive, separate. Because there is something that is so binding about the act that is, God understands that you can't just say, oh, I'm forgiven without working on it. It will come back and haunt you. So please, this one is not like he's stingy and he's this and we'll say, oh, let's pray about it. No, this is a no. Thank you.
All right. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I think say, Mr. Man.
But the other thing is say, you know, I think say a lot of people are listening. So, a lot of people are listening. Maybe we should advise.
Okay.
For a man, school, and I say, baby, they are in relationship and they are depending on the man for everything. Mami Sikanye say, Mami Sikanko say, Adane who say ya wario, say ye relationship. Say nipana best nepenkwa de she thinks that the person should be responsible for her upkeep. It's wrong. These are some of the things that will happen. For all you know, this lady genuinely loved new person here, anka onyaya anka onono nimse obit opeso warino. But because of all the things that she had done in the past, no nimse or yen in 10 no what it's in tuyaka. You know, some of these men will come back to you and will demand payments. And some of these payments can even cost you your marriage or your future husband. So please, the world, we are saying easy, sir, but kakrabia will be so. Be content with whatever you have. Be content. You are not in competition with anybody. If you are going to school, concentrate on your schooling. So far as your parents are struggling to help you, or whoever your guardians are struggling to help you, let it be enough. And pray. Find things to do for yourself. Some of us, when we were in school, we were doing things for ourselves. Some people were in school, they are selling water. It's not above you. Some people are in school, they are selling phone cards. If you think that your parents, what they have to give you, and you're enough to cater for you, find something to do for yourself. Learn something yourself. And don't cunningly depend on somebody. Say, there are certain men will forget about it. Certain men will come back for closures and will be tell you if that you this closure become like this. You know, it's serious. For all you know, you were a good girl. For all you know, you were a good girl. But this is where you have found yourself just because you compromise one way or the other. So to our young ladies and our young men listening to us, we want to encourage you. Say there is time for everything. Struggle a little bit, you know, but go through it and go through it diligently. Raise your head up. Don't be in competition with anybody, because the actions that we take today, the things that we do today, if we are not careful, will come back and haunt us. So please, let's all be careful with the choices we make and then the things that we do, especially in school. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Auntie Perry. Auntie Rachel, I don't want to miss a word. Thank you.
Well, my conclusion was just about what Harriet said. That was what I was thinking in my head. Say,
okay, all right.
Some people, you know, they think that they can play around. They can play around, and then the last minute, you know, look for Obia. They think say, or you're good, Christ-like person, and then get married to a friend. Just say, we in a past, for it to just flash out. But it doesn't happen like that. It will go after you. Baby, because they are part of you. It's, the youth should be very, very, very careful with the kind of people they find themselves in a relationship with. I was listening to this lady recently. She was having an interview with Delay recently, and
very nice.
The story, in fact, this lady, for her, has lived quite a decent life and got married to a man. And this man, she calls her husband, have had children with 2 women, where these women are after her. You see, and what is her mistake? But because of the man that she has found herself with, so say living a decent life. I don't think we will cause each other this kind of troubles. And so let's be very careful with our lives. Let's be very, very. I just said she feels very bitter. She feels so bitter, so bitter. But we see, or see. So Nyankopon manewu na wasan aba bioma.
That's true.
She's so bitter about it, and some people will not let you go just like that. They will make sure they take their flesh out of you before they leave you. Make sure, say one person, so you've gone through it so well. And let's be very careful these days. When Samson nam quite be brave, so Leo in because of money, the young people because of money. One of this kaka crazy or the mouth, and make sure say they are taking a joy out of your life. Now let's try to work with our hands. Let's try to work with our hands. When you read Ecclesiastes chapter 7, it tells us we should find different jobs and be doing at the same time to bring us income. Obama BD bro, one kasa work with your hands, be diligent. Now, officer, you have time to think about what a man will give you. No.
Yeah. Wow.
As you I remember when I dated my husband for 2 years, I said to myself, I was never going to take money from him. And to God be the glory. I never did that. By opportunity, and so we say, fine, for half from branding. And that is how, as women, we should live. So, and now, yes, the man will respect you and make sure, or make any meaningful decision. He brings you in, and then you make up that decision with him.
Wow. Hey. Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, I mean, Mr. Man, I'm sure so. Okay. Forgiveness is divine. But what the lady did, it's to come back to haunt all of you. And I'm sure so you're not ready for that. You're too young. Yeah, by force. You understand? It's, even though you may laugh, you find somebody who's worth your love. I'm telling you. And the person will take good care of you and protect your sanity and your heart. And it's a painful catcher. Michelle, if this is the first time you're coming here, please do subscribe, like, share, and comment, and let's get talking. You can also send us your questions to Akos Musings. Go to the Facebook page, Akos Musings, and then give us an inbox. Whatever you want us to discuss, help you with, we'll help you. Now, come on. I want to thank Auntie Harriet of Japan Cosmetics. Thank you so much. I want to thank Auntie Rachel of RACHANS Logistics, and of course, I want to thank Auntie Damaso and thank PEUX, our own chartered bank. I'm also into Adele Fabrics. She also sells fabrics and fabric combinations and all that. So I'll put their business lines below so that you can contact them if you want any of their services. We'll meet again.